Hi, I'm Becky with Crossroads Estate Sales. We are located in Troy, Ohio, and we are a full-service estate sale company offering estate sales, buyouts, cleanouts, and online auctions. One of the questions we get asked about the most is, what is our buyout all about? So a buyout is a great solution for someone who doesn't have enough items for a full-scale estate sale. Maybe it's a family who is downsizing from a larger home into a smaller home. Maybe they're going from a smaller home into a condo. Maybe they're going from smaller home into assisted living, and they have too many items to deal with themselves, but not enough for a full-on estate sale. So let's talk about what makes a good buyout. How do you determine if what you have is going to fit the criteria for a buyout? Something to think about. Do you have like 5 to 20 sellable pieces of furniture? Do you have a collection of something? Do you have interesting decor? Do you have things that people will want to buy? The items have to be in good condition. So how can you prepare for a buyout? First of all, you have to be ready to let this stuff go. Make sure family members have had a chance to come through and decide what they want. So please wait until those decisions have been made before you have someone come over to see if you have enough for a buyout. Once the offer has been made, all the items have to stay in the grouping. It's a multi-step process. The initial visit is just to see, do you have enough for a buyout? Second, we'll come back, we'll decide what we want, what we can sell, we'll make you an offer. You'll think about it or you'll accept it. Then we'll come back, everything has to be packed up. If there's heavy things, furniture has to be moved, and that process can take anywhere from a week to a month, depending on the scope of the project. So what we want you to know, we are a business, we are not a charity. We are taking a risk that your items are sellable, and we are investing our time, our money, and our resources in doing business with you. The last thing we want you to know is, just because someone is selling a similar item online does not mean that we are selling your item for that much. We are a local business, and our market is much different than people who are selling online. Okay, so now that we've talked about what makes a great buyout, let's talk about what a buyout is not. A buyout is not you having a garage sale and then calling us to come buy all the leftovers. A buyout is not you selling all the best stuff on Facebook Marketplace and then wanting us to come give you money for what you weren't able to sell yourself. Now we're going to give you an example of what a situation looks like where a client used our buyout service and our clean-out service together to make a customizable solution for his needs. So the first thing to note is that our client did not have enough for an estate sale. The second thing is that our client had already decided which items in the house he was keeping. I toured the house with the client, talked about what his needs were. I came up with a list of the things that we were willing to purchase in a buyout situation. These are things that we had an outlet for, that we could sell, that we could give him money for. Gave him a price for that. There were still items in his house that were unsellable, still good items, more for a charity and not necessarily in a resale situation. So again, we toured the house, we put a number to those items. What's it going to cost to clear the house of these things that A, he no longer wanted, and B, we didn't have an outlet for, so we were not selling them. Came up with that price. We took the amount that we were giving him for the buyout and the amount that we were charging him for the clean out and came up with a number. In this case, we gave him money. In other cases, they still may be giving us money. This is how he used our buyout solution and our clean out solution to clear his house.